Hello, and welcome to this very exciting quantum manifestation meditation. That is a lot of symbols. My name is Betty. I'm your host, and I'm in space quite clearly because that's where a lot of this quantumness works. I mean, we're all just floating through space anyway, aren't we? So, I want to talk to you a little bit about myself, who I am, say hello, don't be a stranger. So, my name is Betty. I'm a spiritual teacher, author, and I'm quantum coach. I'm also the founder of Woo Woo, which is an app and community so that you can find your witchy friends, find and book healers, astrologers, chat to new friends in the forums. It's a wonderful place to be. You should definitely join us. And basically, when it comes to manifestation and you as a human, I truly think that you are limitless. You are limitless in this quantum universe. Your power to create really comes from you. You create your own reality, and the possibilities are endless. We're often told that we're not. We are distracted by media and the television and celebrities because we are being distracted from our own power. And why I love manifestation, really, which is what this all comes down to, is that the universe is a blank canvas and you've got the ability to paint that picture of your life. And obviously, life isn't always perfect, it can be full of crap. It's not all love and light, but you do have the ability to create abundance and joy and love in everything that you desire right now. And you can change that picture at any time you want. And so part of what today is about is to show you how to do that. Okay. So essentially, with my quantum coaching, I use neurolinguistic programming, I use energy work, I use manifestation, spiritual modalities, and it's all about leveraging the energetic power of higher dimensions and those frequencies to anchor our desires into this physical 3D reality, right? So there are multiple dimensions. We're in the third dimension right now, and the further up you go, like the less dense that it is. And you may have heard people talk about the fifth dimension. It's not a place, it's a frequency. And we'll get into how that works. So, when it comes to quantum manifestation, it's the idea that your thoughts and your beliefs can attract what you want into your life, just like a magnet. And it sounds too good to be true, but believe me, like once you start to get the hang of it, it really isn't as hard as it seems. It's just a little out there if you've never done it before. But with everything, like at one point in your life, you couldn't walk, at another point, you couldn't write. Those things became easier for most people with practice. And that's exactly what this is like too. So it's using the power of the quantum field to align your vibration with the things that you desire. And then boom, manifestation happens. But what the hell is the quantum field? So the quantum field is basically the energy that underlies everything, all the physical matter and the small particles, and it's the building blocks of the universe. I like to akin it to in Star Wars, the Force, when they're always like, use the Force. Well, that's exactly what the quantum field is. And you can use this to bring about what you want into this reality. You are creating your reality at all times with your thoughts and your feelings carry a frequency. And that frequency is really what this is all about. And when we're talking about like multiple dimensions in quantum physics, which is where quantum really comes from, quantum physics talks about string theory, which is lots of dimensions all piled on top of each other, or the multiverse. You probably heard about that as well. So, this isn't just a three-dimensional universe that we're in, it's infinite. It really is. The possibilities are infinite, and every single one of those dimensions is coexisting right now with me and you and everything else. It is my personal belief that every decision you make creates a new timeline, and that's why when you go and see a psychic, you might like, they didn't get that right. Again, my opinion and my experience has been that you may have been in a frequency where when you went to see them, that's what they could have seen had you carried along being the same person, making the choices that they thought you were going to make at that point. And so, really, then what happens is that, yeah, you make those decisions or you have a vision, and then that creates another possibility, and that possibility becomes a dimension. And so all these timelines are possible because they're all happening at once, which is quite hard when you think about it, because we are taught that there is a past and a future, and really that's not the entire truth. So when it comes to manifestation, it's a combined effort. So you've really got to have clearly visualized desires, and then you work with these other realities. So say this is like, in one reality, you just know that you're going to be a multimillionaire, but it's not in this reality. It's probably because you're getting glimpses, you're getting future memories if future existed, but really it's another dimension where that has happened. And what we're going to do in this meditation is really bring about visualization to collapse that timeline and bring it into where you are now, and also bring you into where it is at the same time. Okay. So, as I was saying, time is a big effing illusion. Multi-dimensional reality exists predominantly beyond our physical human senses. So all probabilities exist as the waves of probability. And what that means is, like I said, the past, the future, the the present, it's all at the same time. It's all happening like in a circular, if you can imagine, it's like a circle all happening. And humans have needed to construct time so that we understand how to create organization in our world. But unfortunately, that has hindered us when it comes to accessing all possibilities within the brain and the mind. And the brain really is linked to all of this, because if you think that I said that whatever you think about becomes your reality. So when, if the source spirit created this world, it was all about what they manifested, and we were made in the image of the universe or God or whatever you want to call spirit. I call them God in a non-organized religion sense. And when that happened, there wasn't any like past, present, and future. It was all now. It's all happening at the same time. It's quite a lot to get your head round. So the mind is a time machine, essentially. And why that is because you can travel to what we call the past or the future at any point. Like, you're every time you think about the past or what doesn't exist anymore, you're traveling there and it exists. So whatever with the quantum field, whatever your consciousness directs to becomes real. And that's why the brain doesn't know the difference between what is your imagination, what you're envisioning, and actually what's in this reality, because you're creating it all. It's all not real because it's all just based out of what you're thinking. So the mind is a freaking time machine. Your thoughts create your realities. And then when that's happening, it's taking you to the past or the future at any one point. So if in that other timeline, that reality, you're a multimillionaire, well, guess what? That's happening. And that's also because God wants that for you. Like literally, like we're consciousness experiencing itself, right? We are the universe experiencing itself. We're all one collective. And so that's exactly what's happening, and it's so exciting. Like, it's when I discovered this way of thinking, I was like, this makes so much sense about how I feel about the world, and I didn't have the words for it, and now I do. I'm like, this is so exciting. So feelings also give access to dimensions. This whole chart here is basically something I discovered when I was going for kinesiology. And my healer, Kate, who is amazing, was telling me that you really have different frequencies based on what feeling that you've created here. So I started off because of trauma, really low down at fear, and I tend to hover around, yeah, probably like reason, acceptance. Sometimes I move into love if it's been a great day. And these are all different dimensions. So here you're really in like the 3D, getting by like upper 3D, 4D, and then you start to move into like 5D when you get into 500. And then from that, it's 60, 70. And there's also like, when we think about intergalactic beings and civilizations, some of them are all the way up in like 9, 12D, so way above what we can imagine because they've had longer times to develop that spirituality and consciousness. And the more that you expand your consciousness as the universe is expanding, so it's a natural state of being for us, then you can access other timelines that might be on that different frequency. There may be timelines operating for you more in this fifth dimension where you are more in a state of flow. You're operating less out of fear because you've done the healing. A lot of this is also about going to energy healing, going to therapy, working with plant medicine, clearing the things that really block you because your limiting beliefs can really hold you back. Because again, if your thoughts create your realities and your subconscious thoughts are telling you that you are never going to be a multimillionaire, then guess what? That's the bloody dimension that you'll end up in. And it will be around fear and grief and apathy. And that's why you won't see the coherence or why you won't move into it. So, like sometimes when you're doing those visualizations and you're meditating and you're manifesting and you see things, or even if you're dreaming and you're like, that felt so real, that's because you were in that dimension. Literally, that's what was happening. Oh, I love it. Okay. So visualization is the best way to time travel. Woohoo! And that's exactly what today is about. So when you imagine something with enough detail, like I said, your brain starts to believe that it's real because it doesn't know the difference. Why would it know the difference? And that belief can influence your thoughts, feelings, and actions. So something else that I want to add here is, and we'll go into this, is when you're thinking that you want to manifest something into your life, it's know why. Why is that? What feelings are you trying to achieve? And something really powerful that you can do to bring yourself into the frequency of that is to do so. Say you want something that's going to bring more joy into your life, and joy is a certain feeling that you get in your heart when you're really, really happy. You've got to do things in life that then bring out that feeling. The other thing, and that doesn't have to be deep things. It could be playing with a kitten. It could be talking to your best friend. It could be watching dog videos that, just give you absolute utter joy. Do enough of that every day that literally the consistency of bringing you into that frequency will align you with that timeline to then literally help you shift into that reality. The other way to do it is to imagine the feelings of joy in your heart for just a few minutes a day. Again, that is enough to push you up into that frequency to align you to that timeline. So that, along with visualization and feeling those feelings, oh, it's powerful. Yes, it is. Okay. So we need to get clear first on what it is that you want. So what I want you to do here, get your journal. I can wait. Get your journal. Do it on your notes, on your phone, whatever works for you. But I'd love you to answer these questions. So put this on pause while you do this. So what are my top 3 desires and goals? And how do I want to feel when I achieve these desires and goals? So like that's what I mean about the frequency. And what beliefs or limiting thoughts do I have that may be holding me back from these manifestations? And it's really important to do that because we are going to see what advice your future self in this visualization, we're actually going to time travel in this meditation, what advice they have for you. So I really want you to get under the hood of what that feels like and why you have those limitations. Okay, so press play once you've answered these questions and we'll go to the next bit. Yes, we will. Okay. So it is time to meditate, my friends. So I want you to close down your eyes And when you close down your eyes, I want you to take a really big breath in and let it out for 4. Ooh. I know the noises sound silly, but just go with it. Breathe in for 4, 2, 3, 4, and let it out. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to do that a few more times, really just anchoring into the body, holding your hands on your heart if you wish to, and really breathe into your heart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And as you're breathing into your heart, I want you to imagine that there is a white light coming down from above your head, right into the top of your head from the heavens. And it feels warm and lovely as it works its way down into your head, clearing you all the way through your top few chakras. And as it moves through your face and your throat, you can feel it clearing everything out. And as it moves down your throat, into your heart, this white, loving God light moving, and it feels amazing as it's working its way down. And you can feel it going through your solar plexus, clearing everything out, filling you with love. And it works its way down into your root chakra and all the way through your legs. Oh, it feels lovely and warm and sparkling, and it's clearing everything out. And then as it moves through you towards your feet, you can feel that tingling on your feet. I want you to imagine that some white roots grow from your feet and anchor you into the ground, and you can feel all of the warmth from Mother Gaia anchoring you into this planet. So as above, so below, we're connected to Source God energy and powerful Gaia energy. And so now that you are connected to both, I want you to carry on breathing in and out, just really anchoring into that feeling of being surrounded by this white, loving light and knowing that you are divinely protected. And I want you to now imagine that you are walking through a beautiful green forest. And you're looking around and you can hear all of the birds chirping and all of the lush green old trees with roots that spread on for miles. And as you walk, you think to yourself, you've never really seen somewhere so beautiful, and you just feel so safe. And you're walking through and you come to a clearing, and there's a few animals around, a few deers, and you're like, oh, hey, deer, how you doing? And the birds are still chirping. And you see a ladder going up against one of the trees, and you think, how strange is that? And of course, you've got to go up this ladder. So you start walking up the ladder, and it's going higher and higher, but you feel completely safe, completely safe. And as you walk up this ladder, you find that there is a huge branch that it is led into with the trees. So you climb onto the branch. And at the end of this branch, floating, there is a door. And you think, this is very strange. I haven't exactly come across this before, but you know it's good. So you open that door and you go through it, and there is a white gleaming light. And you go through the door, and on the other side of that door, as you've entered into a new reality, is your biggest heart desire. And you are seeing the very visualization of what you had written about in your journal. And looking at it, you can see exactly in all of the detail and color that you need in front of you. And you walk into this new reality and you just cannot believe that what you're seeing is in front of you. Like, this is exactly what you'd asked for. Look around and see the details of everything in front of you, and really just look at the colors and look like, are there people around? Who's with you? And what feelings are you feeling? How old are you? How old are you in this vision? Can you see yourself in this vision? What do you look like? What are you wearing? Isn't it fun to see yourself like that? And as you walk towards yourself, your other self sees you and their eyes open wide and they say, I knew you were coming. I've been waiting. And you just laugh. You laugh at like, of course, like, what the hell is this? Of course you did. And then you both go and sit down together in this vision, and your future self is basically sat next to you, and you can ask all of the questions that you need to ask. And I want you to ask, when is this happening? When is this vision happening? And listen to what your future self is telling you. What are they saying? And then I want you to say, how did this happen? How did I actually manage to make this happen? And listen to the advice that they tell you. And then I want you to ask them, what do I need to do today in my time, as if it existed, to get myself to where this is? How do I bring this about? What advice do you have for me? And then I want you to listen to what they say. What advice does your future self have for you? Can you believe that you're getting advice from your future self? It's so amazing. And then I want you to go on a tour with your future self and have them talk you through everything. Maybe they're giving you a tour around a house or a situation, introducing you to people. Who else do you need to meet in this vision? And what are you seeing? And how does it feel to know that this is happening or happened? This is a future memory. And you know exactly how to get there now because your future self has guided you. And just look around. And then I want you to look at your future self and they say, okay, it's time now. It's time for you to become me. And I want you to hug your future self. And as you hug them, say thank you and step into your future self. And then I want you to look at the same scene as though it's exactly through your eyes. Look as though you're the person it's happening to because it is. And then I want you to look around and just feel those same feelings and hold on to them. Really remember what those feelings are like. Oh, wow. And then close down your eyes in that future. And I want you to come back, start coming back to your body, feeling that loving glow God light. Whew, wiggle your fingers. How exciting! Open your eyes, and you are back to this reality. So not only did you step into that reality and talk to your future self, you traveled to the future and saw it and got the advice. So now let's talk about, what did you see? And get your journal and really talk about, what did I see? What did I feel? what was the advice of my future self? How did I get there and what do I need to do today? And I want you every day to visualize what you saw without obsessing over it because you can't obsess over these things because it's already done. It's a future memory because time doesn't exist. And think about those feelings. So if what you felt was peace and joy, then just meditate on those feelings, even for 1 minute a day. I swear to God, it's so powerful. I've meditated on some of this stuff and manifested some huge things like this. So if this was helpful and you love this, well, I offer more one-to-one coaching that goes into a lot more depth, and we deal with your limiting beliefs. We deal with anything that's held you back in the past. We use many more modalities where we go back and heal your past. We use energy healing to then heal a lot of that trauma, and help you crack through the limiting beliefs so that you can manifest your best future. And we do it in a no bullshit way. Like, I really don't want this to sound fluffier. It's already quite, out there concept. So I really want to bring it down to the base level that it needs to be. But I'm not taking on many clients. So if you're interested, drop me an email after this workshop and you can apply to work with me and my team will be in touch. And I'm also launching, oh my God, the most cosmic portal, and it's called Quantum Portal. The destination is the multiverse because that's who we're working with. And this is a new paradigm. It's all about shifting your consciousness so that you can transcend your past, present, and your future. So it's a group coaching 8-week container and it's by application only. So I will put the link under this video if you want to apply to be involved with that, but it is going to be powerful. So thank you for listening, for doing that for yourself. I really do believe that anything is possible. Like, if you have envisioned it, it's because it's meant for you. The universe wants you to achieve that. So you can find me and connect with me on Universe with Betty on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of those things. And if you want to hit me up for coaching, there's a link below. It's bettyandrews.co, and I can't wait to meet you and best of luck with your visions. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.